hello there, my name's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee, and I am going to make the simplest owl cushion. Simples. Okay. So, yeah, this is to whatever size of cloth you have, or however big you want to make your cushion. And I know it's not asymmetrical, but I kind of like that. There we go. So I've chosen two types of fabric. The reason I've done this is for lack of wastage. I also have some felt type pieces for the eyes and Zedique because they're very important. Lovely. So I've got them laid out here, and I'm just going to draw across here. Ooh. I know, maybe not quite in a darker colour as this, because it might show through, but it is washable, so it should just wash off. And then I'm going to trim away. And I'm making it reversible. Sorry, I've got no teeth. Lovely. So I'm cutting away. Now, if you did want it asymmetrical, what you should do is fold it over. So, but I think it will look better, kind of to the squint. Lovely. So, this is my front and back. And this bit here is my two wings, and then I can get rid of all the excess cloth. So you see that these are different, but I'm going to keep them together, put them to one side, and I am going to cut a big fat belly. Now, because I'm not cutting on the side, there won't be any wastage on this, because it's a case of I just it'll take it up a bit, rather than if I cut it down from the bottom and then up and round. So they're my big pieces. I need a beak for the front and the back, which is a diamond. And I will draw that on the bit of paper as well. So, and of course I'll upload those to Facebook. So do take a look. There is links around. And I can get rid of that. And then I need 4 eyes for the pupils. So this is 4 folded over, and it is literally just a scrap of material. Make it as close to circles as I can. There we go, sticking together. So I'm going to put that out of the way. And then 4 bigger eyes. So I know I could have used a fresh bit of material, but I really do have these, so I am quite happy to use them. And these are just plain circles. And the reason I think that we like owls is because it's like baby animals. They have big eyes, don't they? I could be wrong. I could research it, couldn't I? Find out why we have stuffed owls in our house. So there we are. I have all the bits I need. I have the sewing machine set up for just plain sewing. I find it easier to do the bits first. Well, you have to do the bits first. So let's do these wings first. And I need to sew the longer sides, if that makes sense. So I can do that all in one go. Lovely. Making sure that the inside is right side to right side. And we have to turn these inside out. Lovely. So, I've got everything caught up around the bottom, so I'm just going to trim it all. These need to be turned inside out. And I'm just literally, I'm squeezing them out to the end so that they're sorted. Put them to the side. Now, the next job. Turn this right side. Now, it's entirely up to you whether you stick a pin in it. I think that would be a very good idea. And my pins were here. Do you know, they were right in front of me and I couldn't see them. It's because I've got quite a lot of stuff in here. And I'm going to put them one pin, and if you think that they need trimming, because I cut it quite quickly and I put it 4 layers, then it wasn't perfect. And just make sure you've given yourself hem allowance, but do take the time to position them. And there we are. And the beaks, I can just sew that on as well. And I need to do this on both sides, okay? So, now, maybe if I wasn't using red thread, then it would look better. But I am going to attempt to do a circle around the black part of the eye. So now I've got a bit further round, I can remove the pin. And just take your time with this. It's not easy, you know. Don't think it is. Do a few stitches. If you need to lift the foot, then you need to lift the foot. It's probably best to lift the foot so you don't push everything out of the way. Make sure you don't have anything folded at the back as well. There we go. So I'm just coming round to the beginning again. And then the beaky part is nice and easy. Make sure that's at the top and then it should release the bobbin. Because all I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch a line halfway through the diagonal. So I've removed the pin. That's it. Lovely. Now I need to do it on both sides of the cloth because I'm making it a reversible pillow. I don't know whether to switch the camera off or just keep going. There we go, I'm holding it down quite firmly and I'm literally just swinging it round. If it gets caught in between the feet, then I'll move it. I'm not worried about the white sewn down, but I'm definitely going to sew down the black. And if you haven't got any felt and you just want to use nice big scraps of material and buttons, then that's alright. It's good. Because that's the nice thing about making your own, isn't it? Because it will be your own. Lovely. So I've just trimmed the ends off just to make life a bit easier to myself. And the next job is to obviously do the other one. Take the opposing colour fabric and then sew it. So we're starting at the point where it was cut and then we're moving this round. We're sort of rolling it along. While we do that, we have to make sure that we don't get the beak caught up. So, you know, we just keep an eye on things like that. So it's just starting to go around the curve, and all I'm doing is letting the sewing machine take the bottom layer, whereas I'm turning the top piece of fabric. Reverse stitches just to keep it all in place. So that's one side done, and he's all ready to go. So I put that there so you can see him, and let's make a start on the other side. Yeah, I'm just going to make sure these are nice. There's only a slight difference in these types of fabric. Obviously the is a bit thicker, the tartan's a bit thicker, and the sheep one is like a flannelette. It's very, very soft, so ideal for a pillow. Going to swing it round. Supposed to be able to sew across pins. I don't like to. Lovely, so that's both my sides done now. I am just going to take this out of the sewing machine. All caught up in the foot. This is because I didn't cut it each time, but that's fine. So take a lot. That's really jammed in there, isn't it? There we go. Who knows? Who knows? So just need to make sure that's straight. And then I need the right side down, right side down. So to the point there. And making sure that I'm just keeping an eye on it. I'll do it the other way around so you can see. And what I don't want is to get that beak tucked in there, that's for sure. So. It's a bit more difficult this way around for me. So bear with me. I'm going to have a look to see. It looks to me like I'm within a millimetre of the edge. So I am going to double check that. And I can just go over it again if I do fall off. And it was literally a left-hand brain thing. So yeah, it's a bit close, but it'll do. So, next job. Let me see, okay, if I go there? No, not really. Let's bring him over. So what I need to do now is I need my blue side to my tartan side, and I need my tartan side to my blue side. So let's see if I can get these round so that they're different. Lovely, and they can stick out a little bit. And then I need to lay this on top. So, and we know these match up even though they are different because we cut them out at the same time, didn't we? And just lining them up again. I'm putting in a few pins. I'm going to place a pin where the wing is so that it holds nice and still. And I'm going to sew all the way round, excluding part of the bottom. Now this is so that I can turn it inside out. Lovely. Now if I start sewing that way and I've got the pins facing that way, when it comes to the point of taking the pins out, it should be nice and easy. Lovely. I can move that down as well. So there we go. Just going to take that pin out. And just double check that I'm catching every single bit of cloth that I need to catch. Take that one out and then follow this round. Leave the needle down and just turn the cloth. Pick the foot up, turn the cloth. So make sure it's all tucked in. Even though I've pinned it, it would be very silly of me not to keep an eye. And I can feel with my fingers that I haven't got an eye, a white bit of my eye sewn in there. Just take that pin out. Lovely. Keeping an eye that I've got everything. Pins the wrong way around, so a bit more difficult. Didn't think that one through, obviously. And then it's a good idea to try and line up these cross bits, so that's all good. There we are. Now it's not going to be easy to turn these ears inside out because they are nice and thin, but what we can do is I've got paintbrush here or a pencil end, and you can just pop it through like that. This is where knitting needles come in handy actually, just for turning things inside out. and pushing them right up into the corners. It's good. Yes, you do have to get it started though. So let's just get that started and then push away. I think that's it. And there we are. So I'm going to grab my stuffing. Now it's probably best just to take a little bit and then make sure you get it right up in the top. And then a bigger bit for the belly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sort of pinch it, and this will tuck in my seams. So if I hold it tight, then I shouldn't need to pin it, but I could place it in the machine so that I've got a third hand, yeah, and then I can put a nice pin halfway down so that I've got a fighting chance. Okay, a couple of stitches just to keep it in place, reverse them, and then we'll get this going. Lovely. I'm going to take out my pin now, and as long as I keep this tight, that seam will be all nicely tucked in. So there we go, a couple more reverse stitches, and I must admit I prefer to have the seam all the way along rather than just a turny bit, but it's entirely up to you. Get rid of my machine again, and I've got my scissors here. And what I want to do is I just want to trim all these loose ends. It makes it look so much nicer, and I think it's something that I personally am quite lazy about. And it does give you a chance just to check all your stitches, and if your eyes don't seem level, we can tidy them up. As long as we're careful, end up with one really small eye and one really big eye. That would be monstrous. So, I think there's one sticking out there. I think we're all done. Maybe I should have paid a bit more attention when I did the eyes, eh? I spend all day just trimming it back. Lovely. So there we are, our simplest owl ever. I think I prefer it that way round. Oh well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you want to try something new, and hopefully you'll watch again. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And my name's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee.